sting them for Brainiac.
I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness.
So let's just get into it.
Hey yo, it's your homegirl Nerd of Prey. In this special video, I'm gonna show you an artifact exploit that's been known to us here at Daybreak Games, but we do nothing about it because it's part of our business model. Let me holla at you, let me holla. Maps, please back off, don't go down there, bruh. It looks like roast beef and it smells like hot dog water. Let's talk about it. Listen up, my wonderful DC community. Before I get into the artifact exploit and show you what it is, I want to discuss a few things about our artifact exploit business model here at Daybreak Games. You see, in the past, what we would do, we will let an artifact be broken, let the player base exploit it. The player base that knows about it, they'll share it amongst each other, amongst leagues, and then all these players invest money and time into ranking it up to 200. The last time this was done, it was the Eye of Gemini. Us here at Daybreak Games literally left that artifact broken for 5 years or so, and we let the community exploit it. See, during the course of 5 years of the community exploiting the artifact, word got around and us here at Daybreak Games made a lot of money because the players that like to exploit these artifacts and their benefits and bonuses, they basically tell it amongst each other and they all rank it up. It's kind of like having the player base advertise a broken artifact for us here at Daybreak Games so that the player base then takes their money, hard-earned money from working all their lives and basically spend it on these artifacts, because you know it takes about $300 to rank up one artifact from 0 to 200 if you choose the marketplace to skip everything. Can you say pay to win? Because that's how we get paid here at Daybreak Games. Now, when the word gets out and enough players have spent their time and money on this artifact, talking about Eye of Gemini in particular, well, us here at Daybreak Games will then nerf it. And by nerfing it, the player base will try to find another meta, another broken artifact for us here at Daybreak Games to make even more money. But I digress. And now that brings me to the current meta and broken artifact exploit that's going around right now. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about talking about it.
Bruh.
Before we get to the nitty gritty itty bitty titty confetti committee, we have to go on LFG chat because all the juicy conversations happen late at night when all the children go to sleep. So right here you'll see Sentry 1610 says Obsidian doesn't say one word about orbital arc glitch. What is this orbital arc glitch Obsidian Shield is gatekeeping about? Well, you see, that's exactly what Obsidian Shield is. He's a gatekeeper, an exploiter, a speed hacker. He runs a virtual machine. Anybody that knows how to run a virtual machine on PC knows how to run macros and knows how to run speed hacks. But I digress. Let's talk about it. Now let me take you on a little trip down memory lane. This is a post from December 6, 2019. Alright, bear that in mind. In this post, this player right here talks about the Dead King Scepter and how it's broken because it doesn't really proc with different styles of orbital strikes. But that's not what you want to pay attention to. If you scroll down to about like the 9th post, let me holla at you, let me holla at you, let me holla at you, let me holla. Scroll down about to the 9th post and you about to see the juicy itty bitty titty confetti that I'm talking about. The Dead King Scepter is being swapped in and out during a channeling power, continuously refreshing the orbital assistance indefinitely. Swapping it in and out is refreshing the proc chance so players are able to exploit this to get more proc chances and get for far longer than intended. Get rid of the orbital assistance and just make the orbital do 10% more damage on casting it. This is creating the worst type of playstyle and is artificially inflating player damage numbers and their egos as well. Let's talk about it. I also want to point out that this was posted on August 3rd, 2024, so it was relatively recently. And this was on the same post that I just showed you from 2019. But I digress. Let's talk about it. Now, before I show you what this looks like in game on a sparring target, let's talk about that King Scepter. Right here you will see orbital assistance. Chance on hit to call down an orbital beam dealing additional damage to target. When it's maxed out, it says for 30 seconds after calling for an orbital strike, orbital assistance will happen more frequently. Forget about calling the orbital strike because you don't even need an orbital strike at all to get this to proc. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about talking about it. Let's talk about you trying to put me wrong about it.
Bruh.
Now that that's all out of the way, we could take a look at what this exploit looks like in game. You're gonna see right here that this player is Munitions. Pay attention. Munitions is broken, especially with this artifact exploit. But pay attention to the trinket belt. This player does not have an orbital strike on, but it can still proc if you swap it. So Munitions, when he goes into the minigun, this player will just start swapping the Dead King Scepter back and forth with Ebon, as you can see, and you will see that it procs every time this player swaps over and over again. Let's watch this one more time. Right here, this player is gonna pop their minigun or chain gun, whatever it is, and then they're gonna go in their inventory. You're gonna see them swapping the artifact back and forth, and you can see the beam right up there, right above. It just procking over and over and over again. This is the cheese. This is the latest cheese in the game. Us here at Daybreak Games, we're gonna let this exploit go on for however many years. The player base is gonna share it amongst themselves. You're gonna have our Obsidian shill on the Creator Club basically gatekeep it, not show it to nobody, and basically amongst themselves, they're gonna tell it themselves how all about this, which that's what they've been doing, and us here at Daybreak Games make a ton of money. You see, without this artifact is worthless. Without this exploit, we don't get nobody to invest into it. So we have to leave it like this until it gets out to the point where we have to address it. And then, you know, that's boring because now we're gonna have to nerf it. Everybody's gonna be upset and boo-hoo, but then they'll just find another artifact to do this with. It's an endless cycle that will never work. It will never stop. It just this game is trash. I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, we can easily fix this artifact swapping by locking everybody out of their inventory, swapping gear and everything, just like every MMO does when you go into combat. But I digress. Let's talk about it.
Bruh.
In conclusion, this is nothing new. This has been going on for years. It's just another artifact, another nerf. And then with another nerf, the player base is just gonna find another exploit. I don't really know what else to say on this topic. If y'all want to exploit this artifact, go ahead, do it up. I don't recommend spending your money to get this up there really fast just to do this. But if that's what you want to do with this game, go ahead. Keep this cycle going. Keep this toxicity going. Because the CEOs at EG7 see y'all. They see y'all. They see you spending your money on this garbage. They see y'all spending your money on booster bundles. They see y'all spending your money on time capsule. If you keep on spending your money this way, you will never see change with this game. And this game right now is being used to fund EverQuest 3. What do you think's gonna happen when EverQuest 3 comes out in 2028 or whatever the heck they got planned for it? What do you think's gonna happen to DC Universe Online, huh? What do you think's gonna happen? You think it's gonna keep on going on forever? No, it won't. You guys gotta wake up. Just, I mean, I don't know. Go outside and touch some grass or something. If you just boycott the marketplace for just maybe a year, maybe these devs will get a clue. All they need to do is take off. Man, I don't even want to freaking talking about it. I hope you like, share, and subscribe, and I'm freaking out, bruh. Let's talk about it.
I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness. I got you stuck off the realness.